Hello. Pop out chat ready. Hmm. Okay. Nobody's here, but that's fine. Um, this is my 4.5 month carnivore update, which is weird. Um, I did a 2 week or 2 day a 2 day fast, 2 weeks ago? In the fall, and that during the days following that, I lost like 8 pounds, but it stopped. And let me see what my weight thing was here. Oh, I got down, my lowest was 192.8 because it went, let me read it off to you. Let's see, on the 10th, it was 195.6. So I'd lost 4.5 pounds. I went on the fast, I think 2 days before that, August 7th. I got to take my aspirin too. I started taking one of these, which is 81 milligrams. So I'm not sure if it was the fast, the aspirin. I quit using all dairy. Cream was what I was using, really. I haven't really been wanting butter, so I've been using um what else was I doing? Oh, some MCT oil a little bit. And I'm gonna make some MCT oil mayonnaise because I found out it can be refrigerated. It doesn't get hard in the fridge, so it should make good mayonnaise. I don't like a flavor in my mayonnaise. I just like it more of a sauce type thing. So I'm gonna do that. I might video it so you guys can watch in case you want to do it too. Anyway, I went from, let's see, on the 10th, I went to 195 from the 7th. So 3 days. In 3 days, I lost 4.5 pounds. Um, then I went down on the 11th to 194.2. On the 12th, I went down to 193.4. On the 13th, I went to 193.8. So I was a little bit of a gain. On the 15th, I went to 193.8. I was still there, I guess. The 16th, I was 193.6. The 17th, I was 192.6. That was the lowest I got. Um, on the 19th, 2 days later, I was 193.4. On the 20th, I was 194.4, so I've gone up 2 pounds. And today I weighed 194 exactly. So I've gained 2 pounds. I'm not losing anymore. Am I doing anything different? No. So why was I dropping? I don't know. Results from fasting? I don't know. So if I have to fast 2 days a week to lose 2 pounds or 5 pounds, that's ridiculous. I don't think it's that though. Let's see. Yesterday, I haven't been eating that much. I just haven't been wanting to. Yesterday, I had 2 chicken thighs for supper. And what did I have for breakfast? Oh, I had the leftover corned beef. It might be the corned beef right now, actually. It could be the corned beef because I did have a reaction to it. I did show you. Yeah, I had the stuff came back here and I got some here. Yeah, I had some reaction to the corned beef. It was probably the saltpeter they put in it. But it's good to know. I ate so much last year that I got sick of it. I actually was sick, and that's always been my favorite. But I was glad I ate that much because it kept me from wanting it. It's kind of expensive, so I was doing that. Um, so maybe once it tasted really good the first day, the second day is like, eh. But I didn't want to store it. I didn't want to freeze it, so I just ate it. I just ate it. Got it over. That's what I had for breakfast. But today I had 2 chicken thighs for breakfast. And I got my magnesium and my choline in. So I just took some of that. It might be that I'm low on magnesium causing problems too. Hi there, Cindy Joe. How are you doing? Good to see you out there. Good to see you. What else? I don't know where's it. Usually it tells me how many people are in here. Oh, there's 4 people watching. I wonder if that includes me. How you doing? Yeah, so anyway, I've got I paid out the um that's bugging me right now really bad because I just opened up a letter. A couple days ago, I got a letter from the Canadian government. They want income tax for 2023. Well, they were paid income tax off the property sale. It came to like $88,000 when I sold the property. They took it off the top. I never even saw the money. They took it before I ever saw it, right? So they sent a letter a few months ago in May, I think it was, that they want $88,000. And they're like, what for? Property tax. Well, I already paid it. Or income tax has already been paid. The total of the estate came to 88,000, right around there. So they wanted all the money. They didn't want me to have any money from selling that property. I'm like, what the heck? So I talked to Grant Thornton, which was the people who handled it in the first place and were supposed to have settled this before I gave the money out. And they wrote them a letter and filled out a form and charged me $1,600 for that. And so I got a letter today, but a couple days ago. The letter today says, we cannot accept the objection you filed for $1,600 regarding the amount of tax withheld at source as a valid objection. They kept the money from the sale. It was sales. Oh my God. The courts ruled that tax withheld at source is not part of the assessment because it's not an amount assessed or determined under the Income Tax Act. I don't get it. I don't get it. We sent your correspondence to the appropriate area for review, which was Grant Thornton, who I told them I can't afford you because I've already paid out the money. I paid out the 88,000. I don't have it. So they want money I don't have. Which being Canada, do I have to worry about it? I don't know. But it's like, what the heck? So I don't know how people actually survive up there because if you have a house and you sell it, you have to pay sales tax and all of this proceeds from the sale go to the government for income tax. I mean, that's what it's doing here. That was just for some empty land. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So that's bugging me. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. More stress, which I don't need. I'm trying to get rid of the stress. Freaking Canada, run by Satanists. Satan's bugging me. Anyway, so that's kind of on my mind. And that definitely hinders health big time. Stress is messed up for that. But I'd appreciate some prayers on that if you guys are of such a mind. Oh, hi there, Macaulay or Makahi. Mulcahy. How do you say it? Mulcahy. Mulcahy? Macaulay? I don't know, but hello. Oh, good to see you. Yeah, a lot of people don't talk in the chats over there. It's getting pretty bad anymore. But anyway, so that's with the stuff I've been doing, trying to figure out what's going on, why suddenly stopped losing weight, which is odd. I haven't really been having that much stress. I've painted oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys have ever used a peel and stick wallpaper. It's horrible. It's horrible stuff. It took me probably 3 times longer to use that than it did to just use the paste stuff. Just paste it myself and put it in there. Because once it sticks, I mean, you can reset it, but it stretches a little bit. Oh, the stuff I had was terrible. But I got it done and it had a pattern. So I was able, and I painted the wall white and it's got a white background to the pattern. So I was able to, anyway, I was fighting with that all day yesterday, but I got things to paint. But now I got to worry about the stupid Canadian stuff. So I'll have to call them and see if I can get my numbers together. You know, it's just been going on since 2019. 6 years this has been dragging out. I thought it was all taken care of. Wrote the checks out, got them sent out, what, May? And April or May. And now I got to pay out of my own pocket because all the money I gave out, I tried to close the estate because I assumed my accountant did what I paid him $14,000 for. That came out of the money too. Yeah, but apparently, yeah, Canada waited for 2 years to send me this. So yeah, they're hurting for money, so they're going after everybody, I think. Start hurting for money. Let's see. What do you guys got going on today? Am I feeling better? Still taking my salt water. This is my papaya leaf tea for fatty liver. Now I was listening to Dr. Berg last night, and he said choline helps with fatty liver. He said it cleans it up really fast, really fast. And I thought, well, I'm doing the papaya leaf tea with the choline. They work together. Good, good. Because I think the fatty liver, my body is making sugar rather than enjoying a nice fat juicy cupcake. I'm throwing all that away, so I'm not doing that stuff. And my body just, he said, okay, so we'll just make our own. And so it's making its own sugar, causing insulin resistance because it's pumping out so much sugar on its own. It's like sabotage. I'm like, okay, I'm not happy with you, liver. We're gonna whip you into shape. So yeah, I did choline. Yeah, I hadn't heard that choline did that. I know it's in eggs. There's some choline in eggs, but I haven't been eating that many eggs. I'm kind of like egged out. I get to a point after doing carnivore, it's like I'm meated out kind of. And I never did really eat all that much anyway. I just don't like to eat. So um I'm gonna be probably going back on keto at some point. I'll never go back to eating regular. I'm not I that stinking crap they put on the wheat, all the grains makes me so sick. I can't go back to it. The grains like the rice and the oatmeal and all that makes me very sick and bloated and swells me up. It's a poison. They put poison on, and I only know about one. I can't imagine how many they're spraying on stuff now. So yeah. So anyway, this is my update. 4.5 months. It seems like longer. This thing, isn't it 5 months yet? It seems like a lot longer. But 4.5 months is when I started, around 5 months. Wonder what that was. Maybe it's not plugged in. My Bose speaker just started talking. Thought it was somebody in the background. But yeah, I started losing at 4.5 or around 5 months on keto. 4.5, 5. Yeah, because I did 4, and it was by my 5th month I started losing weight. You see, I'm scratching this from that breaking. I don't know if you can see it. You kind of can, breaking out from the brisket I had yesterday. It's got chemicals. It's got like coriander, cloves. It's got different spices with it, but I don't think that's it. I think it's the. Oh, I gotta put that away. It's just stressing me out. Um, it's got saltpeter and some other things in it that turn it into. It's fully, when you cook it, it's fully permeated through the meat. So it tastes all the way through. Every bite tastes the same. So whatever it is very, what do you call it? I guess it goes through tissues. So maybe that's what's going on. But yeah, I had a reaction to it. So anyway, yeah, it's just stress is a big bugger. As I looked at when I got the letter, it said airmail. Why would they send this airmail? It went to Los Angeles from Surrey, BC, which is over by Vancouver. Craziness. But anyway, I could use some prayers to finally rectify that without having to pay them another $1,600 out of my own pocket. to get the Canadian government off my back for dragging their feet for 2 years till after the estate was closed to tell me I owe them money. No excuse for that crap. I might just tell them to pee up a rope. Anyway, so what else have I got going on? Yeah, I've been doing things. I'm not sitting. I do sit here too much, but I've been doing things. I've got I've got the back porch mostly cleaned off, which was quite a chore. I got my plants cleaned up, most of them brought in. I've got things to paint now. I've got to paint this buffet. I've been trying to sell things on Craigslist and try to sell them on my local Facebook groups. Nothing's selling. I haven't sold anything. And the prices are really good too. I don't know why nothing's selling. It's very strange. Of course, my sister said she goes on there. She never sees my posts, so maybe I'm being shadow banned on it. Excuse me, on there. Don't know. Let's see, what have I got going on for that? I start my class in 2 weeks on the 1st. I start my first classes for my health coaching. Who would like to get rid of, I might just have to, I might donate this stuff. There's a pregnancy center in the next town over, and they have auctions in the fall, and all the stuff is brand new. I got everything I've got that I want that I'm selling is brand new. I've got faucets. I mean, it's weird what I'm getting off Amazon to test. Like this here. This thing here is it's a hydraulic lift for my office chair that I needed to make my chair work. I was going to get rid of my chair because I didn't have and those are expensive to buy. It's the chair. I mean, the chair was expensive, but I didn't want to. It's like, I even tried to give the chair away, and nobody wanted it, which was weird because they hadn't seen it. They didn't know what it looked like. I'm glad they didn't take it now because now I can put the new hydraulic in it. Because remember, I used it on my show all the time, and I'd always very slowly go down, down, down. It wouldn't hold the pressure, and the wheels. One of the wheels broke, but I found a box that my mom had that she had kept five wheels, good office chair wheels. So I got to hopefully they fit. Then I'll have my chair rehabbed and I can use it again. The one I've got right now is pink. It's like a barrel chair almost, but it hits me right underneath my shoulder blades. It turns back and forth, but it doesn't rock back. And I like the rocking back one because Haas likes to get up here and I hold him. He wants to be a baby and I have to pat him. All that stuff. But let's see. Oh, I got a good deal on chicken yesterday. It was $1.69 a pound for chicken thighs, which is the only part of the chicken I really like. I like gizzards too, but I haven't been in the mood for them. I haven't had gizzards for a couple of years. But anyway, I got a bunch of chicken, so I got to process that. I've got a bunch of boxes I need to take down to the dump, get them off my porch because with all these things coming in, I have a ton of boxes because I usually double box things. Oh, and today, get this. I ordered they have a thing called out of box at Wayfair, and it's like stuff that people have returned. So they cut the price on it like 25% or something. And they have stringent people working for them, go through everything and make sure it's just perfect. It's like new and they send it out, right? Well, somebody was loafing on the job. She's like, ordered a king size comforter set that's really pretty. And it was I would never have ordered it usually, but it was bright. It was yellow and gray and white, which I liked it because I thought, well, in the wintertime, it'll brighten up the bedroom and not be so glum. It's kind of a springtime thing, but I thought it'd be pretty. Well, it was pretty, but I got it and they didn't put it in anything. They just shipped it, the plastic cases that the bedding sets come in. They just slapped a label on it and sent it out. They've got wire, pretty good gauge wire around the edges to hold the shape, right? Well, that wire had popped out, all the stitching was off of it, holes in it. The thing had been kicked across UPS floors. It was dirty. Chunks were it was like, oh my God. I took pictures of it and sent it. And the lady I was talking to, she says, I've worked here for years and never seen anything like this before. And I was like, well, she gave me 25% off. She says, wash it. And she says, if that stuff doesn't come out, I'll just get you a refund. So I washed it. And before I washed it, I laid it out on the bed and I noticed it was dirty. Oh, what? There were spots here. I mean, like, I don't know what it was. It's a bed cover, so God only knows. Even some mucky, like goopy stuff. Geez. Anyway, I washed it. It was gross. I took pictures, then I threw it in the washer and washed it real good. Put it on heavy duty and put lots of cleaner in there. Anyway, yeah, I got it out, put it on the bed, and it's not a king size. I've got a king size bed. I paid for a king size cover. It goes right to the very edges of the mattress, right to the very edge. And it's not even a queen because a queen has a 6-inch difference in size. It's probably a full. It might even be a twin, but I think it's a full because it's supposed to have a like this big of a drop on either side of the mattress. And this one was right, it's at least 2 feet too small. Anyway, I called them up today and I told her I wrote up a review and told her how bad. She goes, I'll just refund it. She goes, don't worry about it. She goes, apparently that's all she could do. So she refunded my money, which was good because it was fairly, even on sale, it was fairly expensive. But uh, yeah, no more out of box stuff. That was gross. But anyway, uh, it was nice that she did that. Wayfair is really good about doing returns. They're actually really good to deal with. I don't like the possibility that they're doing human trafficking. I haven't seen 100% proof of that, but it looks pretty bad. I've seen some things on there like $8,000 office chairs. Um, so I'm looking at a fly. If I open up my slider, usually they fly out. I tried using I tried using fly paper. The only thing it caught was me like 8 times. I'd bend over. I was like, get it in my. I was like, okay, I'm done. I threw it out. There he goes. There he goes. Okay. So anyway, what time is it? 1 o'clock already. Holy cow. So what am I doing? I'm gonna be sanding the dresser today. Oh, I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go to the dump first because I don't know what time they close. Take the boxes down because they're all piled up on my porch. I need my porch to paint. I've got a couple things I need to paint out there. I've got to pick up some. I've got this doodad I picked up. It was free. It was on the roadside when I picked up this antique desk, and it was in bad shape, but I fixed it up. I need to touch it up now. I'm wearing the paint off of it. Um, but it's just something somebody made for a TV. It's probably 4 feet tall, about this wide. It has no back on it, and it's got doors on the front. Somebody made it at home. I mean, but I need to get some brackets because there's no back on it. I want to get some 45-degree angle brackets to steady it up because it does slightly lean a little bit. And then put a back on it, but I want to paint it. I was thinking about putting some casters on it, some wheels. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But I was thinking about painting it. I could use it maybe as storage downstairs. I don't know. I have too much stuff. I'd like to get rid of it, but then I think, well, what if I do? Then I need it. I don't know. We'll see. So, but I got that to paint. I bought a thing from Costco. It was on clearance. It was in the spring when all the winter stuff's going on sale. It's one of those little stoves, infrared stove, and it's got the fake flames in it with and it's black, and they're always black. They're always ugly. So I'm going to tape it up and I'm going to spray paint it white and maybe put some kind of something fancy on it. So it's at least nice to look at. But I got to do that. What else? Oh, I have to mow my lawn. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. That's going to take probably 6 to 8 hours. It's going to take a long time. I went to get some gas yesterday. Went to town, all the way to town to get the non-ethanol, and they were out. But I needed gas, so I bought some. And I bought the thing at Walmart. I put on my credit card because I'm done. I'm tapped out. It was $180, but it's a Troy built like a metal thing that you hook onto your lawnmower so you can put branches and leaves and all that stuff in there and haul it because every year the trees out front. One of these days I'll do a walk around so you can see what it looks like here. But the trees, everybody goes, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. It's so secluded. Yeah, it is, except the trees have leaves. It takes weeks to get them all cleaned up and maybe a couple hours a day, every few days raking because they don't drop them all at once. They have to drag it out. So hauling them, I usually rake them out to the road in big piles. And then I've got a little wagon, utility wagon, and put them in there and haul them back and forth. And that just takes forever. This thing's supposed to be 12 cubic yards, so yards, 12 cubic feet, I think. I don't know. It's bigger than the one I've got. So I figured I could put it in there, and instead of dragging it across the field, I'll just hook up the lawnmower to it, and it's got a tilt on it, so it'll dump out that way, and I can rake it out. That'll save me a lot of trouble. I did want to get one of those things that picks up leaves, but I don't have the money for it. Excuse me. So anyway, what was I gonna? I had something I was gonna talk to Jill about if she was out there, but she usually says hi. So my update is basically that I've gained 2 pounds since the 17th. So in 6 days, I gained 2 pounds. And that's pretty steady. It's a steady 194. 194. We'll see how it does. I might be doing another 2-day fast. Dr. Berg said 3-day. Says do a 3-day fast. I was like, oh, I barely made it through 2. I'm not one of those people that feels good when they fast. Most people, oh, I feel so great. I have so much energy. I don't have energy now. Barely enough to get by. I'm getting there. I have to push. I have a lot of drive, fortunately, or else nothing would be getting done. But I'm trying to. My house, literally, every room is a disaster. I've got crap pulled out later. No room in this house is completely cleaned up. Not one, because of me going around doing projects half done. I pulled out all the stuff out of the closet. I have a coat closet next to the front door. I've never taken everything out of there since my mom and dad lived here. Most of the stuff was still in there, just pushed to the back. Their coats were still in there. I just haven't been in the mood for it, and I haven't had the energy to deal with it. Well, I got to get that taken care of. I got some wallpaper, the peel and stick stuff, which I won't be doing anymore. Even for that tiny little closet, what a pain in the butt it was. It took me 2 days to do a tiny little closet. It looks good. It's pretty, but yeah, no, thank you. I'll just use the stuff I've got for drawer liners. It does work good for drawer liners, and it's still kind of a pain in the butt to get laid in nice and flat without bubbles. It is. I should have took a razor and cut the bubbles on it, but I didn't. Anyway, I painted it all first, took 5 freaking coats of paint for my Glidden. What was it? $60 a gallon. I can't remember. I paid a fortune for it. It's supposed to have the primer built in and all that stuff. 5 coats. Yeah, no good. I might as well bought the cheap Walmart stuff because it's the same. It does the same thing. So yesterday I went to town. When I went to get the gas, I bought some Zinser, which is supposed to be really good. It's like Kills kind of, and it's their high-end stuff. Paid $30 a gallon for that. And so I thought, okay, I've got my mom. I realized when we moved in here, my mom had us paint. The walls were like a tangerine apricot color, pretty intense, really. But back in the 70s, that was a thing, but it was pretty. And this north wall had a metallic wallpaper on it, silver wallpaper with prints of bamboo and or ginger. I think maybe it was ginger, bamboo or ginger, and flowers with big leaves. The flowers were little clusters of the same apricot color that we painted the rest of the walls with, and that looked really good. I have to say it did. It's something that you'd see now in a house, which was interesting. But I'm kind of surprised they had metallic wallpaper back then, but they did, and it looked nice. And it was up until. See, my dad was still alive because I remember him sitting there watching me pull it off. She had me strip it off the wall. That would have been 9 years ago, around 9 or 10 years ago. Finally pulled it because even though it's on the north wall, it faded really bad. It was like we have the south wall has all windows on it, but there's a half wall that kind of blocks the kitchen. It faded out, that wallpaper. Anyway, I pulled it all out except for this little spot at the top. Finally got that done 2 years ago, pulled the rest of it off. And then behind where the fridge is at, when I got a new fridge a couple of years ago, I left one spot that had on this wall was the wallpaper, this wall was the orange, and I left it there just so that in case somebody in the future wanted to see what it looked like originally. That was I put that back there with a note behind the fridge. And when I was starting to clean out the closet, I thought it was something new because I thought that the cutout, there's an electrical outlet from the kitchen because the kitchen backs up to this closet. And there's an electrical outlet there. And I thought that that was something new that they'd put in when they redid part of the kitchen, but it wasn't. That was the original paint from 1972. And I just finally covered all of it up yesterday. The very last bit in the house. Dawn, you have no idea. I like clutter. I do. I like clutter and I'm sentimental, unfortunately, so I do keep more stuff than I need. But I've been getting rid of some things. I've got things set aside to the main thing was the sentimental. I like it was a hard time uh when my mom and dad died, even though we didn't really get along. So it's hard for me to throw their stuff out or give it away. But I'm getting past that now. It's been long enough. I think I'm kind of getting over it. But some things I want to keep, other things there's no sense keeping. Uh, and I don't have a lot of my dad's stuff. Kelly must have stole all of it. My mom's stuff, all the good stuff is gone. I ended up with the garbage. The living room, I don't have it's everything in there except for the chair I bought is all stuff that was theirs. Your husband like, well, I like Victorian. That's one of my favorite Victorian era houses. I like you if when you watch the videos when Pam plays Sherlock Holmes, that's my house. That's without the garbage floating around I've got here. But when I took the stuff out of that closet, that little tiny closet is probably that wide, but probably the wallpaper was 16 and a half, and it was another 8 inches on either side. So it's that wide. It I took everything out of there and it's spread all over the living room. There's just tons of stuff. Well, there were things in like three I thought there were three binoculars, but there's only two. One was my dad's, one was mine, and an empty binocular box, which I have no use for. What else was in there? A container of keys that the executor's creepy worker boy gave me. It's a thing full of keys that they took out of the house but didn't mark when they took them out. So I don't know what they all go to. I think a lot of them are no good anymore, but I can't throw them out because what if I find out something in there I need the key to it? Stuff like that. I get stuck with a lot of stuff like that. What else was in there? Tons of gloves, hats, shoes. I looked all over for my winter boots last year. My going to town winter boots. Could not find them. They were shoved away in the back. That's so another good reason to clean it out. They took actually, I don't know who did it, but they took shelving out of a freezer, the middle shelving with the rubber wrapped on it, and it just fit perfectly in that closet. And they used two of those to put the shoes and stuff on, uh, which was a pretty good idea. Anyway, I've got the whole thing. I've got it, except for I just have to put a couple coats of paint on the up part, and I'm all done. And I'm going to do some trims around the homemade shelf type thing so you don't see the edges. But I'll be done with that, and I can get this living room cleaned up. Um, that'll be nice. A little stress gone there. Oh yeah, my sister is like that, Dawn. I like getting a place clean. The clutter doesn't bother me. I like cleaning off the back porch because most of the clutter is I just don't have storage or I don't have a place for certain things. Once I get them cleaned up and have the stuff put away, even if I know even if I know I'll be dead long before I'd ever use it again, the fact that I have it is like a security blanket for me. And I've heard that from other people too. I'm not sure why. Yes, and that's true, Don. I agree. So I have been going through and organizing things. That is true. I've got things half done though, like I've got projects I want to do. Some of it I need to do after, like on a rainy day when I can't be outside doing what needs done. Like I was looking at my kitchen. It really it needs remodeled really bad. The island has the sink on it, but it's in an awkward place and there's no storage behind it. It's just a window, but it's walking area, and it would have opened it up to move that whole island up against, that's how my mom designed it. Move that whole island up against the wall where the window is, which I've made allowances for when I put the new window in. And then There's also cupboards that hang down the center of the kitchen. Take those completely out and maybe have some storage above the window, but have it's just it needs work. And until that happens, I'm looking for a cheap way to make it look nice because my sister talked my mom into taking all the cabinet doors off. I think I counted one time there were 72 doors in this kitchen. Not big ones. Most of them are like that's a half door. There's this the whole thing is this wide. I found most of them because when you have open cabinets, nothing looks messier than an open cabinet. I don't care how cute you have it all decorated up in there. It's just, it's like, it's visual clutter. And so the kitchen never looks clean. It doesn't look organized at all because the cabinet doors are not there. I tried putting some up. The kitchen was made by a contractor who made all the cabinet doors. They're all plain. They're just plywood pieces. They're not nice. They're just plywood pieces. It's a mid-century modern house. So I guess, and my mom was cheaping out on things too, but they're all jumbled up. So because some of them are approximately the same doors, um, you put them on together and they don't fit because they'll overlap each other. Or so I got an idea. I'm going to do, I don't know if I'll have time right this year, maybe next spring, is I'm going to measure each door wide, width, because most of them are the same height. I'm going to measure each door width-wise. And if he took the piece of wood for that opening and just cut it down the center, if I can find two doors that are exactly the same width, all I have to do is figure out which opening they go on. Because right now it's like a mix and match of what, 40 doors, and it would take years to figure them out. So anyway, I think that's what I'm going to do is try measuring them and see if I can find two sets, like a set of two, a set of two, a set of two. They're exactly the same width, and then put them up. And the hinges are, I tried painting them. They were fancy. She paid a lot of money for them. They're kind of a hammered Spanish style, and I painted them white, but they are wore out after all these years. So I'm probably gonna have to put new hinges. I'd like to put some soft close or some hidden ones, but it's sand them down. Probably put some trim on them. I bought some handles for the drawers and stuff. She had the front island all redone when I was in Florida, and it's she put a gas stove, which is nice, which I don't use because I can't, gas right now is expensive here, in the middle of it. And she was tall, so she added 4 inches height to all the cabinets, and this was nice because I'm tall too, so that it was comfortable for her because she had a bad back. But the problem was whoever did it, when they put the gas stove in, did a crap job. There are gaps on either side that are like, I don't know, quarter-inch wide, so everything goes down there, and the front of it sticks out, and the sides of it, this much of the oven, you've got the decorative door, and then you've got the raw metal with the holes and the screws and all that crap. So that much of that sticks out from that. They didn't recess it far enough. I don't know why. Plus, underneath of it, there's a 4-inch gap. I thought for the longest time, because it's under the dishwasher too, I thought for the longest time that it was because there was a grill that went there, some kind of a decorative. No, it's because it was lifted and they never bothered to run the molding across the bottom. So you look underneath and it's all dusty and nasty and gross down there. I trust me, if you lose something, that's where it's going to go. It's going to roll right under there. Then you have to get the little pincher things to go find it. But yeah, it's the kitchen's a mess. So what I decided to do, Kelly did it first, painted it kind of a pale green with yellow. And when I moved in, I painted the yellow white. And she had me, I painted the blue. Part of it, she painted like a blue. Oh gosh, who's calling me? Sorry, dude, not right now. Anyway, I painted kind of a robin's egg blue, and I'm getting kind of over it, and it's getting, it gets chipped up and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I bought some wallpaper. I'm gonna put on it because I don't plan if I get the Canadian government off my back, and if I get money making money with this uh counseling thing, I want to get the kitchen moved so it's more utilitarian. And so I don't want to do anything that's going to take a lot of money or take a lot of time. So I bought some wallpaper. I should grab it and see if you guys can see it. It's actually really pretty. Just make it what I want it to look like. Even if it doesn't go with the house, I don't care. I live here. Nobody else lives here. If somebody buys it, they can peel it off. But I bought this stuff. I'd had my eyes on it for a long time. I wanted to use it somewhere. See if you can see it. It's like an embossed. It's got a pearl embossing on a white background. Excuse me, but I'm gonna put this on that island where the sink's at, and probably the faces, everything lower on the lower area is gonna get this on it. And she put a horrible countertop on, let the guy do what he wanted, and he did a terrible job. It's partly black marble with, or maybe it's granite. It's got big flecks of rainbow colored chunks in it. Oh, it's so pretty, but only tiles, a few tiles, because she was too cheap to buy enough to cover the whole countertop. So they took the tile off the floor and interspaced it with oh God, it's ugly. Which is a shame. I'd like to be able to save that pretty tile and use it somewhere, but it's going to get broken to get it off. But I'm thinking what I might do is just cover it with some laminate for now, so I can tuck it up underneath the gas stove so all the crap doesn't fall down underneath of it, and just have something light, because I want a light kitchen, because when you get older your eyes aren't that good, and I want to see if something's dirty, I want to see it so I can clean it. And with black it's hard to do, so I'm going to redo the edges because all the edges were painted black. She had me paint the edges black. I got half of them painted white, but it's just everything's half done. But if I can ever get the energy, I could get a lot more done. I can do a lot in a day. I can get a lot knocked out in a day. Just not right now, finding storage for things. So I think I'm going to have to organize one of my sheds and just store some of this stuff out there. I've got all kinds. I mean, I've got, like I said, I've got bathroom fixtures. I've got doorknobs. I've got a pretty doorknob. I've got a voice changer for electronics. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've clothes. I got some nice clothes from Amazon. Different things though that I thought I would sell, but nobody's buying them. So I talked to my sister the other day about having a little store somewhere and just putting the stuff in the store. It's all brand new. If not, I will donate it to the pregnancy center, so that they can use it for their auction. I have to pay tax on all this stuff, which I probably, well, I claim I've got $2,400 worth of stuff, which I'm looking around thinking, hey, I don't know about that. Some of the things they have overpriced on their site. Like you'll go to buy, say a necklace for $30. Well, that's what I get charged for it, even though they have a coupon for $15 off. I don't get it for 15 tax wise. I have to pay the full 30, which is weird. But yeah, so I've got, let's see, what have I got over there? I got shoes, I got boots, I've got it's got some presents. Like I got a couple of matcha sets, one for my niece and one for my sister, one for me. Matcha's expensive. I got some matcha finally. I ordered it like a month ago and finally got it. But things like that, I mean, little things are stacking up. So I'm going to wrap up the Christmas presents and just put them in a room in the basement, so they're out of the way and off my table, because a few of them are kind of big. Oh, I ordered a luggage set. It's small. It's like a carry-on luggage thing. It's hard-sided and it's got a duffel bag and a fanny pack with it. Well, I got dark blue, which I don't like, but it's all they had at the time. So I grabbed it. I'm going to give that to my nephew for Christmas probably. And I got one up today. They had another one pop up, and I'll give that to my niece for her graduation when she graduates from her massage school, because she can use that to put her massage stuff in. It's on wheels, so she has to set up somewhere. She can just put stuff in the wheeled thing and pull it along. She has it all in there, her oils and all the other stuff. sheets and all that stuff. So I think she'll get some use out of that. So they'll each get one. Um, and they're fairly big. So anyway, yeah. So I've got this stuff, and it's like, and I'm getting more and more. They're giving me better options for higher end things right now, like a countertop grill. It's got the grill on one side and like a heat plate on the other. And it's pretty cool, actually. That was $100, and I don't know if I will use it. I would rather give it away or sell it. Oh, you got 21 doors, Don? Yeah, I don't mind. I can put them up and take them down, but I think what I'm going to do is I'll have to put new hinges on them, and um, I'll get them done because I'm sick of looking at the clutter. Cupboards are clutter. That's why they're cupboards. That's why they have doors on them. I just can't put my druggy sister talking my mom into. That's the thing. That's the new thing. Just take all the doors. I was like, no, she's a druggie. Why did you listen to her? I don't know. Oh, geez. But I found some of them. I found some of the doors. They're out in one of the storage sheds. I need to pull them out. I may have time this fall. I don't know. What I did, I got some stuff. I don't know. I got things I need to have a yard sale. I just don't have time yet. Maybe next spring. I've got a lot of stuff I need to sell. I've got two king size frames I've got to sell. One of them has end tables and a dresser that goes with it. It's taking up a lot of storage space. My mom bought. I wish I could find the guy that made it to know how much she paid for it, because I know she paid a fortune for it. It was handmade by a Ukrainian guy in Coeur d'Alene. She had it set up in the bedroom. She lost the hardware, the bolts and stuff that went to it, which I found later and then lost again after she died. But it was set up for king. She was going to have her bedroom where the office is at. I didn't like it. It was just slats. It was, I don't know if it was hickory. I don't remember what kind of wood it was. It was so odd for her to like that too. It wasn't her style really, but she liked it. She wanted something that didn't have any metal in it, no rods or anything. She did have metal connector, like bolts to connect it, but other than that, there was no metal in it. She was getting into that, worried about the electronic stuff, the waves and all that. Anyway, I've got that I need to sell, but I need to know how much because he's sold to people in Seattle. He would literally drive to Seattle and deliver it. So I don't know what he was charging, but it must have been a ton of money. So I can sell it if I can find out. I tried looking for him shortly after she died and I couldn't find him. I don't know. I haven't found any cards. They threw away and burned so much of her stuff out of the office. That psychotic freaking executor. But anyway, I got lots of stuff I need to sell. Lots of stuff to do. I think the rapture is going to happen first, tell you the truth. But yeah, kitchen cabinet doors are kind of a pain. If I can find the same, I don't know. I don't like being able to see the hinges. I like hidden hinges because it's just more clutter for when it comes. Because I've noticed that when you cover things up, it helps to have them have smooth lines. That's why this stuff here being white, from a distance, you're just going to see white. And you get inside, it's got a very satin, like a very satin sheen to the raised areas, but you won't see that till you get in close to it. So having a uniform color, people go, why you paint everything white? Because it looks clean. It's visually relaxing to have one color. It's like neutrals. When you go into a house, it's all neutral tones. That's what designers do. You have a design thing, it's all neutral colors. That's why it's so relaxing, because it's kind of like all one big color, just one thing, and your eye can go, it just relaxes. And like I said, stress things, stressors mess with your health big time. I think it's the biggest problem people have. They don't even realize food. I keep telling people they just don't want to hear it because they don't want to change what they're eating. Food is the easiest thing to control when it comes to stress. Food is the very easiest thing to control because you put it in your mouth. And the poisons on food cause immense stress to the body. It's like if you have a infected tooth, people get sick. They get very sick from that. Well, guess what? That infection is a poison. And so when you're eating it, you're actually shoving it in your mouth. Well, do you think you're going to stay healthy or well? You can't. Your body can't fight that. And you might be able to get away with what you think you're getting away with for a few years where you stay slim and you have energy, but eventually you're going to start wearing down and it's going to start showing health wise. Because I mean, how many people think that when you get old, you just get frail and sick? That's been our optics for a long time, hasn't it? When you get old, oh yeah, you're just getting old. You're just getting old. Oh, I broke my hip. I broke my elbow. I broke my wrist. I've got high blood pressure. I've got diabetes. I've got osteoporosis. All that stuff is preventable. It's all preventable. Like Dr. Wallach says, people were never supposed to break when they fell. They were supposed to bounce. Hi, Eunice. Shampoo carpets. Yeah, I got to get my Yeah, when I get all the stuff, I got my shampooer's been sitting down here for 2 months. I shampooed. Did I shampoo there? Yes, I did. I shampooed in front of the fireplace. Now I've got to get because I'm not moving more because the rug's been over everything, so the carpet's still clean in certain areas. I just have to get around the periphery. And then upstairs, I need to do my bedroom. I don't know what happened. I don't think it happened when my mom was here. I think it happened afterwards when so many people were tromping through here. They spilled stuff. They're the carpet, Berber carpet, beautiful white Berber carpet in the bedroom. And these stains, I have shampooed it probably 4 times. I had it professionally shampooed, and these stains keep coming up through it and coming up through it and coming up through it. I don't know what it is, but they just keep coming. Oh, you're taking off work at Christmas? Awesome. Hey, Pink Panther. Yes, yeah. With the LED stuff, I've got my blue blockers here. I should be wearing them. I got these off of Amazon for free to evaluate too. They're nice. They're a little bit heavy because they're glass, I think. I don't know what the lenses don't sound glass, but they're supposed to be blue blockers. I just need to remember to wear them. Came in a little bag. They've got a little polishing cloth. Um, I sometimes will wear them. That's why when you don't see me on camera when I'm on my shows, I just usually I'm wearing my glasses or something, or I look crappy like I do right now. Uh, yeah, that'll be good. Taking off work at Christmas. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up my. I like having my Christmas presents all pre-wrapped and everything. That way, I don't have to rush around. Although I like wrapping presents. It's for me, it's relaxing. I like to do it, but I have to remember to put the tags on them because half the time I forget what's in them and who they go to. As I never used to do that, but I do now. But yeah, I think that's what I'm. And my niece and my, I hate when, oh, just put it in a bag and put some tissue paper on top. To me, that's cheaping out. Remember the fun when you guys were kids at Christmas time, just ripping into the paper and to see what was in there. With a bag, you just pull the paper out and look in. It's like, oh, that's what it is. And there's no excitement to it. It's like, they need to be wrapped. They need to be wrapped. So anyway, yeah. So what am I going to do after I get off here? I'm going to be putting a coat of paint. I'll probably only have to do one or two now because I put the primer in the closet. I want to finish up that. I got to scrub the shelving that goes in there, put stuff back in. That'll be organized. I bought some clear. You guys, I don't know if you know this, but Walmart has some pretty cool back by where the ironing boards. What else is back there? Like shampooers and stuff like that. They've got storage and organization things. Let me grab these real quick. I'll show you. They're pretty neat. They have all different sizes and they've got lids. These were like $9. I'm getting really low on money right now, so I almost wouldn't buy them. These things. These were 8.78, I think. 8.79. They show them with shoes in them, but that's not what I'm putting in them. I'm hats in one. I'm gonna put hats in one, and they two side by side fit perfectly in the upper part of and they come with lids, and they even say, don't forget the lid. Don't forget the lid. But they're see-through, so I can see what's in them. And if they look too cluttered when I open up the closet, I'm just gonna put, oh, come here. I'm just gonna put probably line them with some wallpaper or something. Maybe the stuff that matches the wallpaper. Anyway, yeah, I got those so I could because what was in the up part was there was a lint brush, there were binoculars, there was spotlight, a big thing of keys, a pellet gun, a 22. There was all kinds of stuff up there, and some hats and stuff just shoved in there. Um, so that's all getting organized so I can see exactly which one's which, what's in it. That'll be nice. Hi there, Teresa. How are you? Hmm, how are you doing? You're buying a new carpet cleaner? Um, oh, wet dry vac. Those they have good wet dry vacs anymore. My carpet cleaner I got from Costco, and the one thing that was a problem, I bought it like 4 years ago because these carpets are so gross. I do need new carpet, but I just don't have the money. Um, is that the solution? There's a little thing that, as a matter of fact, that's what I need to get. I need to take that off. Um, there's a ring or a lid that goes on the solution tank. You put it upside down into that, and it goes. Well, it doesn't have a ring. It doesn't have any, so it just dribbles. It comes out. You can put all your expensive solution in there, and you start shampooing, and it's all over. It just ran right down the outside of the machine, and there were a ton of people complaining. So I thought I'd just get a rubber ring for a gasket and put in there and see if that doesn't help. And instead, I just started putting the shampoo in the water tank, which has etched it. The water tank is now, it's not clear anymore, it's white because it's etched the plastic. But it works. That works really good. It's a good machine. It's easy to clean. The rollers come out, easy to, yeah, it's a pet something. They have them on sale at Costco fairly often. And I bought a cheaper one. What a piece. It wasn't a piece of junk. It worked really well, but it had a bladder for the water tank, and it only lasted like you might get 2 or 3 passes and it was all empty. It was just, oh, I got to get rid of that. I'll probably donate that. But it worked really well. I mean, it cleaned the floor well, but also if you have hard water, you lost 11 pounds. Congratulations, Teresa. I just gained 2. Yay. I'm so glad. I'm happy for you. It's not as hard as you think, is it? I mean, you can eat a lot of things. You can, and I'm considering probably at the end of this month, at the end of probably in 2 weeks, I'll probably go back to doing the cream. I might even go back to keto if I haven't lost more weight because I'm not, I mean, what altogether I've lost 6 pounds in 4 months. Actually, it all happened in 1 week. So we'll see. But I'm happy for you, Teresa. And the longer you stay on it, the easier it will be and the better you'll feel. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. You probably went down a dress size, so you get to buy new clothes, which is nice. Oh, don't be sorry. It's just the stupid body of mine. It's always been like that. It's just gives, I do think a good portion of it is insulin resistance through probably the fatty liver thing. So I'm working on that. And I might just, like I said, I might have to do another 2-day fast, which I'm not looking forward to because I don't feel that good when I do them. If I can keep busy, it's not so bad. Um, yeah, I just have to find things to busy. There's a front room here I need to clean up. I have a lot to do here. I'm not at any lack. As a matter of fact, I haven't had a relaxing day for years. The days of sitting and able to watch TV when I want to watch something on TV is like, yeah, it's not happening. It's got too much to do. And I'll be even busier once I start that class. So I'm trying to get all the stuff done that needs done outside because once I start the class, I probably won't have that much time to be able to work on stuff outside. Your first month, and I haven't been on it in about 3 years. Wow, good for you. Because when I lost the second time I went on it, but I stayed on it for years. And when I cheated, I'd have a cheat day here and there. Just I think it was the stress when I went through that stress with my cat. Now I got the stress with that stupid Canadian government. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'll have to just try and talk to them myself. I mean, what does a accountant does the same thing, and I've got the books from there, but yeah, that's just driving me nuts now. So I'll be fretting over that. But it's something I got to take care of. And usually things like that I put off. I don't want to deal with them, so I just don't. I can't do that. The sooner I get it taken care of, the better I'll feel. So I'm glad. I'm glad. That's good. That's how it's supposed to be. And you get on keto. Not everybody loses right away. Some people do, some people don't. And some people, most people tend to lose more if they have a lot to lose. They lose more the longer they're on it. They like faster. They lose. It's not like a regular diet. You slowly stop losing weight and you have to up your game. But with keto, really, it goes faster and faster and faster until you get to your goal. Yeah, it's interesting, Teresa. What happened 3 years ago that was there a time when you just suddenly started putting on weight? Like for me, it was when my cat died. You're on collagen. Yeah, that's the thing about carnivore. You're eating a lot of collagen with the meat and stuff, so it helps with collagen a lot. You lost too fast on keto? Huh. Sometimes that's toxins. Your body's kind of pushing out toxins and you get some skin issues. I haven't really had too many. If I eat something I'm not supposed to, like when I had the uh, corned beef yesterday and the day before, I had a flare up from the insulin resistant stuff. So I don't know. Makes me wonder if it doesn't affect the blood sugar, even though it's meat. Something in it maybe did. I didn't look at the ingredients. Usually, I mean, you're just eating meat, so, but it's something they put in it. Yeah, I didn't lose. I guess maybe I did lose fast on keto. I don't know. Well, I lost fast for 4 or 5 days. I lost 5 pounds, 6 pounds. How much did I lose? Can't remember. In just a few days, and I was shocked. And I talked to my ex who's done carnivore, who's lost, ooh, he's probably lost 100 pounds. So I think he said he's around one. No, he's lost 70 pounds because he weighs what I do now. But he said, stop weighing yourself every day. Well, because I was weighing myself every day because I was curious to see if what I ate. And I thought, okay, I'm not. So for 4 days now, I hadn't weighed myself. And when I did today, it was 194. That's what it did it, Teresa. The deaths in the family, that stress of going through that. Death, my kitty dying did it to me, and I ballooned up. Uh, it was weird because I didn't, I knew I was gaining weight. I could actually feel it on my stomach growing, but I ballooned out really fast. And I thought it was what I was eating. So before doing keto, if I was drinking too much cream in my coffee or something, I gained a little bit of weight. So I'll just cut back on my cream a little bit and I would drop it. The weight would go down. But not this time. It just went up, 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 no matter what I did. And that started in August of last year when he disappeared. And I started this. I was going to do it, I think, I was thinking about doing carnivore. I was still doing keto. I was still doing keto, and that happened. So I started keto or carnivore in April. Yeah, I'm not big on pork rinds either. They're okay. Chicken skin. If you take when you get chicken, take the skin and put it in a air fryer. Because I had chicken today. I had two chicken thighs. I just peeled the skin off separate and put the chicken skin down and salted it and did the same with the meat on the side. And it gets nice and crunchy. Just make sure you don't overcook it. It's pretty good with a little salt on it. It tastes better than pork rinds, I'll tell you that. You can make meat chips if you have a food dehydrator. Kelly Hogan cuts hers. She thin slices it, and I think she said she puts it on 165 for, I think how many hours she said, 12 hours, I think. And it makes a crunchy chip. And I mean, if you buy the bags of meat chips, that's what it is. That's all they've done to it. I did it with mine. I and it can get I put mine up for 2 days because I cut it thicker. and I soaked it in. A lot of carnivore people like, oh, you can't do it. You can't do soy sauce. It's like, oh, shut up. I soaked it in soy sauce, Worcestershire, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and salt. And I just massaged it into the meat, threw it in the fridge overnight, pulled it out, uh, kind of shook it off, and laid it on the dehydrator trays. And it turned out really good. It's kind of like jerky, but it was hard. So when you bite into it, some of it's crispy, but some of it, when you bite into it, you chew on it, it gives you it. It's good. It tastes really good. But they make a good chip. Some people like Parmesan. They'll take Parmesan cheese and bake it, and then take it out of the oven. It'll be hard. And that's Parmesan crisps. That's all that is. It's just cooked Parmesan cheese. The crunchy thing, for let me see, and you're on keto. Let me think for keto, what if I had anything because I keep forgetting you're not carnivore. I know I had something that was crunchy. That was the big thing a lot of people missed was crunch when they did keto and carnivore. And when you use almond flour, very seldom can you get a crunch out of it because it's got a lot of oil and the almond has oil in it. Um, you can take there are recipes that have almond in them, but they've got other things too. Egg whites tend to get crispy and hard when they're cooked. So I think if you dig, I'll have to figure out a recipe for that. But I've seen some people claim they've got crispy keto chips. I want to make because some things you make like ice cream, you use your yolks because I need to make a bunch of ice cream. I've got a gallon of cream I need to process before it goes bad because I'm not doing cream yet. A lot of people make ice cream with it. Carnivore ice cream, they use egg yolks, cream, and vanilla. They don't put any sweetener in it because it's not carnivore. But allulose is good for insulin resistance and it helps. Allulose when you're doing keto cooking keeps things soft. If you want something crunchy, you cannot use allulose because it'll keep it soft. You can use erythritol or monk fruit and it'll keep it from getting. But anyway, for ice cream, you want it at least scoopable. But I've got a good recipe from Black Tie Kitchen for ice cream, keto ice cream. And it stays almost, it's kind of like not quite soft serve, but almost. It doesn't get super hard in the fridge. So you can have your own ice cream. But yeah, I need to do that maybe today if I have time. Yes, jerky's good for the chewy craving. Absolutely. Celery sticks. Yeah. Celery. Yes. I like celery. I haven't had it. I got to where I didn't eat it anymore. Just before I started carnivore, I quit eating almost all vegetables. Nothing sounded good. Nothing sounded good. But I've always liked celery. I liked it with cheese whiz on it. My mom used to give us that cheese whiz and celery when we were kids. Yeah, jerky, make your own jerky. Um, Easy to do. If you buy meat, I took you put it in the freezer for a little while to get it not frozen, but semi, just to where it's starting to get kind of hard, and then run it through a meat slicer or use an electric knife and cut slices, and then that's an easy way to do it. Although I found that a good sharp knife is just as fast and you don't have a big mess to clean up. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. It had a natural painkiller in it. I know it's got lots of salt in it. Hmm. Yeah, I've been like right now, I've got energy. I must have because my right knee, so was my right knee for some reason, more so than my left, is bobbing. Bob, 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 bob. It's just like, and I'll sit there watching TV and I'll be doing that, not even know I'm doing it. So, and that's something I haven't done for a long time. So my body is generating energy. So that's good. I think that I needed the salt. That half teaspoon of salt I take in the morning seems to really help. And like I said, I haven't done it for a few days, but when I think of it, I'll fill up this thing here. This will hold ice for almost 2.5 or almost 2 days. If I put it in the fridge, it'll hold it for a week. But I'll fill up with ice and I'll pour um, a half teaspoon of my electrolytes in there, my homemade electrolytes that have magnesium, potassium, and salt. It's the same stuff Element is. When you buy Element packets, let's go look. I want to see how much they are. I haven't really looked to see how much Element packets are. But I made my own, and somebody came up with. They went out and figured out what was in Element and figured out what the um, they figured out what the measurements were, and shared the recipe. Let's see, let's go here. She shared the recipe and I made my own, and it was way cheaper than buying it. Oops, wrong. I was grabbed the wrong keyboard. Okay. We'll go to Amazon. Yeah, see, my ex, he makes big money and he buys these things like this here. You can buy the plain, you can buy the flavored. Let's see. So 8 servings. I think you take 1 or 2 of these a day. $15. Let's see, how much is in one serving? 0.2 ounce. So a fifth of an ounce is in each of Elements. I made probably a cup of it I gave a bunch to Jill, as a matter of fact. I think it cost me $10, maybe less. But this is enough for a week. That's $60 a month if you took one a day. All right. Just a little under. Yeah, even if you're not doing keto, you should be taking them. Yeah, see what they did. These guys have, it's got salt, citric acid. I didn't put citric acid in mine. Magnesium, they use magnesium malate. I use magnesium glycinate because it's better absorbed. It has a lot more benefits to it. It's the only difference. I don't put citric acid and I don't use the malate. And they use a natural grapefruit flavor, and they have sweetened with stevia leaf extract. I mean, it's good. It's not bad. Let's see. I'm trying to get this so I can pull it up. There. So you can mix one packet with 16 to 32 ounces of water, which is a quart. So you could put one in a quart and split it up and have half a quart one day and half a quart another. Yeah, you'll figure out by how much salt you can tolerate. So it's got grapefruit, chili mango. That sounds kind of good. Chocolate. I don't know, watery chocolate doesn't sound very good. Watermelon, but you can buy those flavors offline, actually. Like on Amazon, you can buy those flavors. Raw wolf. No sugar, no gluten, no dodgy ingredients. It is pretty simple. It's clean. It's easy to make yourself. So what I do, because the citric acid is to give it a little tang, so it doesn't taste flat. What I do is I take seltzer water. I take I take I take this, fill it full of ice, sprinkle like a half teaspoon of electrolytes on top, or salt. Usually it's electrolytes. So, and then I fill it up with a seltzer water. It can be berry, it can be grapefruit, and it'll fill it right up to the top. So I know how much is in it. And I just keep that and I sip on that. And when I'm hot or if I've been out sweating or anything, I'll drink it faster and drink more of it. Then I make another one. So to help with your electrolytes, it's really good. And even if you're not sweating, you don't think about it, but you don't normally replace your electrolytes because you don't get enough magnesium. You don't get enough potassium. This is a good way to get potassium because most people are low in potassium. Not everybody. Certain medicines cause high potassium spikes, but also, Teresa, I can sell my electrolytes. Yeah. You miss your ice cream and your candy? Oh my gosh, Teresa, make your own ice cream. Hang on, let me go see if I can find him. You're going to want this. You're going to want this recipe. There's an expensive ingredient in it, but you don't use that much of it. And let's see. This guy, I think he's a Cuban guy. I played him on my show before a long time ago. I don't even know if he still has his YouTube channel up because I think he got burned out on doing it. Yeah, see, 3 years ago. He's got, I'll give you the links to this because he's got really good recipes. I'm telling, not everyone is keto, so you have to be careful. He'll tell you, he'll tell you, but he has some really good keto recipes. Yeah, I've got, once like this fall, I'm going to be putting up new items. I've got a face oil that I've made that's got argan oil and castor oil. I've got that. I've got some packaging. I was waiting for packaging on that. I can package up the electrolytes and sell those. I've got different things. I need to redo my site too. So 3 years ago, he quit 3 years ago. 4 years ago. Well, I can't believe it's been that long that I was watching him. Uh Plan, which is really good. Keto low carb bagel dogs. Most of his recipes are good. Some I was not like, I was going, Irish coffee. Yeah, see, it's been 3 years since he's done anything, which is a shame. He was very creative. A lot of fun to watch. The state of the channel 2 years ago. So that was the last time he posted. What's happening? He's moved on. He's bulked up too. He's got some muscle on him now. Chicken dip. Yeah, he's got some good stuff. Ice cream. So he made a couple different ice cream recipes. Is this the, I don't know which, this one might be the better one here. Oh, do you know what I did with my
That's
blueberries when I ate blueberries? I keep them in the freezer. I bought them frozen at Costco. I would pour them into a bowl. I would squirt a few little bits of stevia, usually vanilla, on top, and then I would cover them with cream. And they would freeze the cream. And then after a few minutes, it would get softened up when they started getting soft. And then I'd take the spoon and kind of break them up and eat it like that. It's so good. And the cream, it needs to be like, I don't buy cream at Walmart because Walmart's cream has milk in it and some other stuff, carrageenan, and it has a whole bunch of additives to it. This is why it's so cheap. Well, actually, it's not even that cheap anymore, but I buy it at Costco because their heavy Dairy Gold whipping cream is excellent. Yeah, he has alcoholic recipes. Yeah. Well, I hope I don't get dinged by YouTube for playing this.
after dinner, and this man wants dessert.
A 3-ingredient no-churn mason jar ice cream that's ready in 5 minutes and is keto? Perfect.
This is Dennis, the man determined to help defeat diabetes through delicious food. And he's about to find out just how hard keto ice cream actually is. For mason jar ice cream, he requires a mason jar. To this, he begins by adding half a cup of erythritol, followed by a cup of heavy cream from a cow. Avoid cream from other sources. Then a few splashes of.
Dang it.
Once again, we arrive at the time to taste
I
it.
hate when I do that. Seriously, stop. Greek yogurt, I make my own. Super cheap to make. Super cheap to make. Half and half. And instead of using a regular lactobacillus, I use the L. reuteri. And I just I make it, and when it's done, I will put a cheesecloth in a strainer and pour it into the strainer and let it sit for a couple hours. And then the longer it sits, the more moisture comes off of it and the thicker and creamier it'll be. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's something else I need to start making. Yeah, well, he gave me permission to play his stuff on time or on PSB, but who knows? Walmart. Yeah, Walmart YouTube is weird about stuff like that. But erythritol, see, he's using erythritol, and that will crystallize sometimes if you make ice cream with erythritol. That's why I buy allulose, because the allulose will completely melt and then it will not recrystallize in food like this. So it's good to keep the crystals out of ice cream.
Avoid cream from other sources. Then a few splashes of vanilla extract simply done by feel. He caps the jar and, well, cleans, because ants. Afterwards, it's time to mix the ingredients. However, all the shaking has left him rather sweaty. The cardiovascular movements have led him in a search of a pulse, of which he finds none. He might be dead after all. With a good kiss for good luck, off to the icebox he goes. But, like most people, his freezer is full. Dennis plays a quick game of Tetris and finds a spot for the jar amidst the fish and cauliflower. Then he sets a timer for 5 minutes. When time expires, it's time to taste. However, upon utensil insertion, he finds out that the ice cream is a lie. Unsurprised, yet slightly disappointed, he recaps and returns it to the freezer for an extended duration. After a much longer dirt nap with the fishes, the ice cream that seemed too good to be true is again under scrutiny. However, it is as hard as a rock. Potentially harder. No matter his attempts with the spoon or the use of midichlorians, it simply is frozen solid, like his heart. And so he must resort to other measures.
What I do when I buy dark coffee beans on purpose, and then I just put it on when I make it, I use less than I usually do, or I use the light coffee bean setting when I brew it. I'm done playing Tetris.
His last resort is time.
It's been sitting on the counter for a while, and it's actually still really hard. It's not scoopable at all. It's really icy. The erythritol didn't dissolve. Super hard, not creamy. And it really just kind of tastes like frozen whipped cream. Which makes me wonder, what does store-bought, low-carb, keto-friendly ice cream actually taste like?
Time to find out. Inside the black bag are the items that will propel his ice cream research to the next level. And so, with the golden tasting spoon, he begins.
Feel good fact. Gorillas hum when they eat when their favorite food. Very hard, kind of chalky. Not bad. Kind of icy. Not bad flavor. Not very smooth. Very chalky. Doesn't feel like ice cream. It has this really weird consistency. Like the flavor's pretty good, but it's hard to explain. It's almost like a waxy feeling when you first put it in your mouth. That's so weird. Now, I know I probably should have used vanilla across all the different brands to have consistency. To have consistency in testing, but I couldn't find vanilla in all the different brands. And honestly, I wanted to try the different flavors to have a good gamut of tests. Unfortunately, none of them really hit the mark in terms of ice cream. They might suffice, but they're not going to be low carb and keto ice.
See his cabinets? He did that because he's a guy and he's lazy. It makes it so he can just reach in and grab. That's what my cabinets look like. That's what it looks so junky. It just looks messy and junky. He is funny. I love this guy. He's got such a good sense of humor. And he should have got into movie making because he was really good at it.
Ice cream that you couldn't tell apart from regular ice cream. I think we could do better. Unfortunately,
How may I be of assistance? And this is Mr. D, the man determined to beat Dennis at every step of the way.
I need a favor.
You can expect a delivery soon.
Thank you.
And so, with the ring of the bell, the package has arrived. Unfortunately, to progress, one must sometimes regress. At first, he struggles to remove the poorly fashioned keto safety lock, but soon enough, like a bear in a trash can, he succeeds.
Smooth, creamy, no ice crystals, soft out of the freezer, fantastic flavor. Two more.
Two more, for which the safety lock removal skills are improving. At a loss for words, he moves on to the next, humming as gorillas do. One last delectable bite, and he begins pondering the ingredients and the work that goes into making these amazing treats.
Milk, cream, fudge, powdered sugar, cocoa, carrot bean gum, guar gum. Cream, liquid sugar, water, milk, cocoa, honey, guar gum. Cream, milk, sugar, liquid sugar, layers, locust bean gum. Corn fiber, erythritol, allulose, tarragon, guar gum, cream, water, egg yolk, coconut oil, salt, erythritol, peanut butter, taste enzyme, Peruvian carrot gum, guar gum, salt, monk fruit. So there are some similarities, and I think we can use that to come up with a recipe.
His canvas is cleared, and he brings in his mason jar, except not. First, he starts with a larger container. He adds a quarter cup of allulose, a quarter cup of erythritol, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 large squirt of vanilla juice, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of guar gum, sprinkled over top. Then it's time for the whippinator. This consistency is still too liquid. However, this consistency is perfect. He doesn't want thick whipped cream, but rather something that resembles a milkshake. Now it's time to convert it into the mason jar ice cream experiment. He stamps it out to even the top, covers, and of course to the freezer box it goes. Once again we arrive at the time to taste test. The jar is removed from the freezer and immediately opened. Then, using the same golden tasting spoon, he scoops. The ice cream is directly scoopable from the freezer, a very welcome improvement, a result of varying degree of allulose. And then, the taste test.
Super creamy, smooth out of the freezer, but the erythritol didn't dissolve. So,
Yes, you can't use erythritol. So you want to use allulose. The guar gum and the locust bean gum are expensive. They come in a teeny tiny little packet and it's expensive, but I'll tell you what, it makes ice cream, just like what you buy in a store.
although this is a step in the right direction, it's not going to fulfill that real ice cream desire that we want. Better than a 5-minute ice cream. So now I think we need to figure out how to make real ice cream.
Soon. And so the journey begins, and until next time, eat well.
And if you want any personal guidance on a recipe or something related to low carb or keto food, check me out on SIP. I'll leave the link down below.
Sip.
I absolutely love ice cream. I like taking spoonfuls when that sweet tooth craving hits straight out of the freezer. But unfortunately, a lot of the keto ice creams you get at the store are either not scoopable out of the freezer, don't taste like ice cream, and are incredibly expensive. So let's make an ice cream that's scoopable, tastes like ice cream, feels like ice cream, and is actually a lot cheaper with ingredients you most likely already have in your kitchen.
This is Dennis, the man waging war on diabetes through delicious food, and this is keto low-carb vanilla ice cream. And so we begin with a large enough vessel along with his trusty scale. Then he adds 100 grams of allulose, some unflavored protein isolate, the gum of guar, some locust bean gum, xanthan gum, and of course a pinch of salt. Then, using the whippinator, he thoroughly mixes the dry ingredients. Do not skip the step, as it is critical. He then sets his white powder aside and brings in 2 vessels. These will be used to separate his egg yolks. The simplest method is to simply crack the unborn chickens into your hand and sift the slimy whites through your fingers. If you crack a yolk, you fail.
Now, there is a salmonella risk with using raw egg yolks. You could use pasteurized eggs, but I'm willing to take that risk, especially since I'm going for time.
The yolks are set aside and the whites are saved for whiskey sours. Afterwards he prepares his whisk because once he adds the water, he must work quickly to prevent clumping by the gums. A friendly reminder to start on low so as not to turn your kitchen into a splash zone. Once the ingredients are dissolved completely, he adds in his pre-chickens, drizzle, and all. Mixes until well combined and then proceeds to add 2 half cups or 1 full cup of heavy cream. The whisk is removed for increased workspace and he adds 10 to 12 drops of liquid stevia. 2 teas of vanilla extract, mostly because vanilla beans are stupid expensive and take longer to use. Then returns to whipping. Except he will need a larger container, which he would have used from the start, but then you would not have been able to see what he was doing. How thoughtful. The base is very loose and not viscous in the least. It also starts here. So, once again, he begins whipping. After a few minutes, the volume of the mixture will increase a substantial amount. About here. The custard base has also obtained the consistency of a melted milkshake. Now it's ready for the next step, the taste test. Afterwards he squeezes his concoction into an odd-looking aluminium bowl. Bowl of course belongs to his fancy schmancy ice cream maker. Behold the stainless steel queen of his frozen desires. The Cuisinart Ice 100. The bowl is lowered into the pit of freezing and the machine is ordered to churn. After verifying its integrity with the use of visual checks, he places the lid on the machine and sets a timer for 25 minutes. Some machines may take longer, some may take shorter. It simply depends. And with that, it's time for questions from the future.
Can I use powdered erythritol? No. What is so special about your recipe? Well, besides the fact that it's the best ice cream you've had till date, there's no more fuss after you make it. You don't have to stir it every hour for the next 8 hours to make sure it's nice and smooth. You don't have to put it into a blender to make it smooth. It's scoopable days, weeks after. That doesn't change. And it really is just a really good ice cream, and it serves as a great base for other ice creams. Why all the fuss? All you need is milk, cream, and sugar. If that works for you, by golly, that works for you. Keep doing it. Don't listen to me. Do you. I can't find allulose. What can I use instead? So allulose is pretty critical to this recipe to keep it smooth. A lot of people say you can use alcohol. I don't want to use alcohol in my ice cream, and I haven't had any luck with it. You can also use xylitol and maltol, but those are poisonous to pets, and the other half is for most people, gives them bubble guts. Me included. It's not fun. A lot of questions. Why do I need locust bean gum? Isn't that made from bugs? Ugh. Dying. Locust bean gum, also known as LBG for short in research papers that you may read, it helps prevent crystallization of the ice crystallization in the ice cream, which reduces the heat shock, which is when you're taking it in and out of the freezer, which if you've ever noticed... Boop. Too much science? Okay. Well, just real quick, it's about 35% utilization at stage. Why don't you use the egg whites? The egg whites just add too much egginess. Do I need an ice cream maker? No, but the ice cream maker is critical if you want really, really good ice cream. You can get them pretty inexpensive for about $60. Those require you to freeze the bowl for 24 hours beforehand. The compressor one actually freezes a little bit slower than the other ones, but it works great. It's pretty much on a whim if I want to make ice cream or if I'm testing a bunch of batches. It's fantastic. What happened to all the science and specifics of the perfect ice cream? Keto ice cream is basically rocket science almost. It's crazy. The amount of science and information that goes into making really good ice cream is it's bananas. And that's one of the reasons I'll be offering sort of a masterclass, and I'll leave information for that below. Time to check.
And with that timer, this concludes this episode's Questions from the Future. Upon returning to his ice cream, he inspects it for the consistency of a thick milkshake. If it's not as frozen, simply continue to churn and check in at 5-minute intervals. However, this one is primed and ready.
Now there's two types of containers you can use. You can use something like a quart container or something flat. We want it to freeze as quickly as possible, so I'm going to go with something as flat as possible, something like this little prep bowl.
With a larger surface area, the heat transfer works faster, thus reducing the ability for ice crystals to form and create a grainy consistency. Dennis works quickly with a silicone spatula to pour the base into the container, then shakes it around to even it out. He could leave it uncovered, but opts to cover it before placing it into the icebox. Fortunately, to the cook, cover the spoils. Then he cleans, because ants.
3 hours.
3 long, treacherous hours.
So my freezer takes about 3 hours to freeze this ice cream. It's apparently -8 degrees Fahrenheit. Yours might be colder, so it depends on that. But mine is 3 hours. This is straight out of the freezer.
His golden tasting spoon glides to the frozen treat, leaving trails of happiness in its wake.
Scoopable. It even has those little sand dune looking things as you scrape the spoon across. Tastes like ice cream. Has the texture of ice cream. Has the bite and chew of ice cream. I guarantee this is the best keto ice cream you've ever had. And the things we're gonna make with this are gonna be absolutely incredible. And if you're interested in making an even better version of this ice cream with a little bit more effort, science, and ingredients and techniques, I'll leave a link to my keto ice cream masterclass down below. Sign up for the waitlist to let you know when it's ready. But this is one hell of a fast ice cream recipe. Best you've ever had. Guaranteed.
Much thanks to the channel supporters on Patreon. Their support helps fund the making of these incredible recipes for all to enjoy. If you enjoy this video,
Yeah, when did he put that out? 3 years ago. Yeah, it's really good. It's a lot cheaper than buying it too. Hi, Teresa. Just winding down my keto thing or my carnivore thing. That you can make that carnivore. Some people say, oh, but it's got locust bean gum. It's a tiny bit. It's like what, a quarter of a teaspoon. You can do it and see if your body reacts to it if you're carnivore. The xanthan gum, most people have that. If they're keto, it's a thickener. You can make gravy with it. It thickens up all kinds of stuff, hot or cold. And the gar gum, I think it's the gar gum that's really expensive. Let me put the link to this guy in case you guys are interested. Even if you're not keto, this is a lot healthier than buying ice cream because, oh my gosh, like I said, I found wheat in ice cream. I could not believe it. There's your link. Yeah, I need to be making some. I don't think I put in what do you put in there? The inositol? Can't remember what it was. Oh, interesting. He's scratched out all this. He's completely off social media. Wow. There's the recipe. The protein isolate, 20 grams. I did not use that. I have it, but I didn't use it, and it's not carnivore. If it's like whey protein, it's supposed to be from milk, but you can still react to it. There's another type, I can't remember what it is, but no, I don't think I used that, and I had good ice cream results. But this is it. And if you get the vanilla stevia, it has a beautiful vanilla flavor, fairly strong. So yeah, this is, let's see, let's go see how much this is. Yeah, see, $25 for 2 ounces. That's a lot of money. And that's the same brand I got. Cigar gum, I think, is the expensive one. Wait, no, that's locust bean gum. Oh, people made ice cream with it right here. Perfection. Oops. Ooh, that looks good. Mint chip, mint chocolate chip. I didn't like it. Wonder what they put in there. Oh, vegan. That's probably why it didn't have any egg yolks in it. I'll bet. Oh, yeah, I destroyed 15 batches. Xanthan gum. Yes, he put xanthan gum in there. Hmm. I guess that's all of them. Let's go back. And Gargum. I know we got a lot less. Yeah, it's $9 for what? For a pound? Wow. And it's even got a 20%. Oh, I have to subscribe and save. You get 20% off. I might have to restock because I think I paid, well, $48 for 2 ounces. And I don't think I think mine was like half an ounce or something. And I think I paid like $30. But that's been a couple, what, 3 years ago whenever he made that video. Hmm. But I'm going to keep that there because I need to, something he had a different recipe. Was this it? And he had the wrong amount. I think it was right here, 1/64 teaspoon. I think that was wrong. And I knew it was wrong, but he never corrected it. 2/16 of an ounce is 1/8 of an ounce, or teaspoon. So I don't know what was going on here with this stuff, but go back to his original and see what he has. But I copied and printed this out, and I knew there were problems with it. 1/64. I don't think that's what he put in there. Maybe he did. A 64th of a teaspoon is what? Goodness. Hardly anything, but it was good. It's good ice cream. And a lot of people do their mason jar ice creams. They're just not as good. This is like real store-bought ice cream without all the gunk in it. It's ice cream like you got when you were a kid. So time is at 2:16. Shoot, I wonder what time the dump closes. I gotta get to the dump. I gotta get to the dump. So anyway, I'm gonna say goodbye to y'all. I hope you enjoyed. But yeah, so 194 is my marker for today. Hopefully it'll be lower next week, next Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna do a fast this week or not. I might do it like once a month or something, beginning of the month, because that way it'll kind of set the tone for the whole month and see what happens. That may be what I do. Anyway, I shall talk to you guys later and thank you for being with me today. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll have better information next week. If you guys have a mind to, pray for me that stuff with Canada gets ironed out without problems because I don't have the money. I gave it all away to the people who it was owed to. And now the government wants it, so 2 years later. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. So, anyway, thanks for being with me. I shall see you next Saturday, God willing. Thank you, Cindy Joe. You too. You have a great day. It's 91 here, so it's not going to get too much warmer, I don't think. Take my boxes to the dump and clean off my porch and get some painting done. So, anyway, bye bye, guys.